I'm going to show you a few stretches you can do to help stretch out your hamstrings, which are the big muscles here on the backs of your legs. Now these muscles are really important to running. They play an important part in how you actually generate the forward momentum, and they come under an awful lot of pressure, particularly when you start running longer distances or uphill. It's important to keep them stretched out to help just keep that tension out of them, because you'll find that actually if you do injure your hamstring, it can be a very, very difficult injury to recover from. You'll see a lot of professional footballers, for instance, who will spend their entire careers plagued by hamstring injuries, and some of these guys have got access to the best medical teams in the world, so you really want to try and take care of them, because if they do go, they can be a real problem. They're also really important when it comes to pain in your back. If you've got any tension in your back, if you've got any pain there, then there's a very, very good chance that you've got very tight hamstrings that go with it. And since the whole area is connected, if these are tight, it's going to put more pressure here. So if you want to stretch these things out as often as you can. So I'm going to show you 3 stretches that you can do to help with that. The first one involves bringing your sort of non-stretching leg bring the foot up to your thigh here. We're going to go after this one, the right hamstring here, okay? So get yourself into this position, turn to face the outstretched foot, take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, reach for the foot, okay? You want to get to the point where you can feel it pulling, where you can feel it tense, but not actually painful. If you reach the point of pain, you're probably stretching too far. So while you do this, take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, deepen the stretch. Do the same thing again, and deepen the stretch. Now if you can, and I'm not actually quite flexible enough to do this yet, but if you can, bring your other hand to your foot as well. And just hold that position for a nice slow count to 10. What you don't want to be doing is bouncing or trying really hard to reach as far as you can, because that's just going to cause you all sorts of problems in the long run. So hold that stretch, nice slow count to 10, nice and relaxed, keep your upper body relaxed, just feel the stretch going through the back of the leg there. Try and keep your leg as straight as you can. I'll obviously then do the same for the other side, so bring the other foot up, turn to face that foot and reach for that one, okay? That's the first stretch. This second one, if you really want to target the hamstrings, is a great one. It's quite challenging, and I've got to be honest, I'm not very good at it, but I can certainly show you what to do. So you want to put both your feet out in front of you, like this. As before, take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, reach for those feet. Now this one you will feel a lot of stretch going on there, and you actually might feel this one in the base of your back as well. This is a great stretch again if you suffer with back problems, but it is a lot harder than that first one. As you can see, that's all I can manage. But if that's all you can do, then that's absolutely fine. If all you can do is that, then that's absolutely fine. What you don't want to be doing is overstretching to the point where you actually cause yourself pain. So hold that again as before, for a nice slow count to 10. Every time you blow out, try and deepen the stretch. And again. And that's the second one. Right, so if neither of those stretches work for you, then the third option would be to use something to rest your foot on. Now the height of this thing is going to depend on your flexibility. If you're not very flexible, then you're going to need something that's quite low to the ground. If you're very flexible, then go with something a bit higher. In this case, I'm using this chair, which comes to about there on me, and I find that this is actually quite a good height that works for me. So, put your foot up onto the back, onto the thing you want to lean on. As before, take a deep breath in, and as you blow out, reach for the foot. Now be careful with this one. If you feel a stretch going down, any sort of pain or discomfort going down the outside of your leg, then chances are you need to rotate your foot inwards. If your foot's pointing out, you're going to put more pressure there. So turn your foot inwards, you should feel the stretch going into the back of the hamstring there as before. And as before, hold that one for a nice slow count to 10, and every time you blow out, try and deepen the stretch. And again. And those are the 3 stretches you can do that can really target your hamstrings, really alleviate tension and just make you feel more comfortable, particularly after a really hard running session. And this is also really useful for cyclists, because cyclists tend to have very short hamstrings, and keeping them nice and lean and nice and stretchy is going to take any pressure off your back.